Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios once again with another episode of the Saltmarsh vlog. And today's episode has one theme and one theme alone. The dice tell the story, and if you don't want your players to get something or do something, or you don't want something to happen as the DM, don't roll dice. Because when you roll dice, you gotta commit to it. So when a player says, hey, I want to climb up a wall, and you say, okay, roll an athletics check, and they roll a 25, you better have a pretty good reason why you don't want them to climb that wall to explain why a 25 doesn't work. Especially with rogues. Oof. Rogues can get up to like mid-30s with their rolls if they have their expertise in the right places, so be prepared to commit to whatever it is you're making your players roll. Or the other option, just don't have them roll. Just say, you can't, that wall's too slippery, and most of the time players will accept that even without a roll. This is not what happened to me today. Because in my last session, the players went back to Saltmarsh, they're meandering about, and the monk in the party says, I would like to get a cannon for the ship. And I told them cannons are a very rare thing in the Saltmarsh area. But I decided to let him roll. I decided to let him try, and I thought to myself as he's rolling, I told him to roll a percentile die, just to see if a cannon was even available. So he starts to roll his percentile die, and I think to myself, I'm going to give him a 10% chance. So the way I roll percentile dice is the lower number, the better, because the way the percentile dice work for a cleric ability, the one that lets them get a divine intervention from their god, the percentile chance is based on their level or lower. So just to keep things consistent across the board, typically a percentile die for me is a good thing if it is a low number. So I decided to give him a 10% chance. If he rolls a 10 or lower, he's going to get that cannon. And yeah, he rolls an 8. So this is fortunate for me, though, because it allowed me to introduce a crew of Goliath shippers. They just, make shipments. They're a cargo ship. They carry things from port to port. They're a band of Goliaths, so they're all very strong. They have cannons themselves, so they gave him a used cannon, an old cannon, which means, because it's used and it's old, at any point I could decide the cannon gets destroyed, and maybe my players will take it well because it's old? But that's not the point. The point is, I actually used this as a fantastic segue because the cannon was going to cost them 400 gold. So, I had a rich nobleman offer to buy the cannon for them as down payment to look for his missing ship. This is one of the Saltmarsh adventures that you can play in the actual Saltmarsh campaign. So, now my players have something to do and something to do with their new cannon. So, they get the cannon together, they get it onto their ship, they sail off to go look for the ghost ship, and they run into some trouble. Not just any trouble, though. They run into a dragon turtle. And, oh man. So, they fired at it. They kept it within their arc and everything. But what I did not realize was how much damage a cannon can actually do. So this was actually a very learning experience for me as a DM. So once the dragon turtle, a challenge rating 16 monster, mind you, was about half health, maybe a little under that, he decided to turn tail and swim away. Because a group of, what are they right now? They're level 6. They should not be able to survive against a dragon turtle. That cannon is an amazing equalizer, and also makes me realize how powerful Calcifer's cannon needs to be since I've been hyping that up. They might want to consider increasing the power of their ship's hull, maybe finding a way to give it more HP, because if a cannon can do that much damage to a turtle, imagine what it can do to the hull of a wooden ship, especially one as explosive and as powerful as Calcifer's. And not much else happens in this session. The battle with the dragon turtle took most of the session's time. There was some conversations and flirting with a female Goliath and all sorts of other shenanigans that typically happen in D&D. But those were the most important notes of this session. So I'm looking forward to the next one. They should find the ghost ship. It's only a 5-day sail away, and I'll probably make them roll to spot the ghost ship. But all in all, I'm interested to see what'll happen. There's a giant octopus involved with this adventure, so it should be fun. And I'll let you know how it goes in the next episode. So thank you for watching as always. I will see you in that next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.